Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Buying your first home is one of the most exciting things you can do. It's magical, finding that perfect place to put down roots and start building a life. But just like any major life decision, there are some common hiccups along the way. So today, I want to share some friendly advice and walk you through the top 10 mistakes new home buyers often make. We're going to break down those common pitfalls, and more importantly, show you how to avoid them. Are y'all ready? Let's do this. Alright, let's dive right in with mistake number 1. Thinking you need a 20% down payment. Now it's true that a 20% down payment has traditionally been the gold standard, and it does have its advantages. For one, it usually gets you a lower interest rate on your mortgage, which saves you money in the long run. But let's be real for a second. Coming up with a huge 20% down payment can feel like a mountain to climb, especially for first-time buyers. The good news is, it's not always a deal breaker. There are so many different loan programs out there, and some amazing lenders offer loans with lower down payment options, sometimes as low as 3%. Can you believe that? That's a fraction of what you might be thinking you need. So don't let that 20% number scare you off before you even get started. Do your research and talk to a few different lenders to see what options might be available to you. You might be surprised at the variety of options that can make homeownership more accessible than you thought. Remember, the key is to stay informed and not to get discouraged by outdated notions. With the right information and a bit of effort, you can find a path to homeownership that works for you. This brings me to mistake number 2, waiting to save for a house. Listen, I know it's tempting to put off saving until you think you're ready, but trust me on this one. The earlier you start, the better. Even if you can only spare a little bit each month, every little bit helps. Those small amounts really do add up over time, and the best part, the longer you save, the more time your money has to grow. Starting early gives you a head start on building that down payment, and a cushion for all those other expenses that pop up during the home buying process. You'll be so glad you did. Speaking of costs, let's talk about mistake number 3, forgetting to save for closing costs. This is one of those things that can really sneak up on you if you're not careful. These sneaky little things can catch you off guard if you're not prepared. Imagine thinking you've got everything covered, only to find out there's more to pay. See, closing costs are those expenses you pay on top of your down payment when you finalize your mortgage. They're not just a small add-on, they can be quite substantial. They can include things like loan origination fees, appraisal fees, title insurance, and even more. Each of these fees serves a specific purpose in the home buying process, and a whole bunch of other official-sounding things. It's easy to get lost in the jargon if you're not familiar with it. The important thing is to factor these costs into your budget. Don't let them be an afterthought. Plan for them from the start. Typically, you can expect closing costs to run somewhere between 2 to 5% of the total loan amount. This percentage can vary based on your location and the specifics of your loan. So, on a $300,000 loan, that could be an extra $6,000 to $15,000. It's a significant amount that you need to be ready for. I know it sounds like a lot, but being prepared is key. The more you know, the better you can plan and avoid any last-minute surprises. Talk to your lender early on to get a good estimate of what your closing costs might be. They can provide a detailed breakdown of all the fees involved. That way, you won't be caught off guard when it's time to sign on the dotted line. You'll know exactly what to expect and can plan accordingly. Knowledge is power, my friends. The more informed you are, the smoother your home buying journey will be. Now let's talk about a big one. Mistake number 4. Buying more house than you can comfortably afford. I know it's easy to get swept up in the excitement of house hunting, falling in love with those gorgeous kitchens and dreaming of all that space. But falling head over heels for a house that stretches your budget to the limit? Well, that's a recipe for stress, and nobody wants that. It's so important to be honest with yourself about what you can comfortably afford each month. Don't let your house own you, y'all. Find a place that fits your budget and your lifestyle. Your peace of mind will thank you for it. Alright, let's move on to mistake number 5, skipping the credit check. Now this one's a biggie. Your credit score is like your financial report card, and it plays a huge role in your ability to qualify for a mortgage and snag a good interest rate. It's not just a number, it's a reflection of your financial habits and history. It tells lenders how responsible you are with borrowing money and repaying your debts. A good credit score can open doors to better financial opportunities, while a poor score can close them. That's why it's so important to check your credit report before you start seriously house hunting. Knowing your credit status can help you address any issues beforehand. You can request a free copy from each of the 3 major credit bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. It's a good idea to get reports from all 3 because they might have different information. Take some time to review your reports carefully and make sure all the information is accurate and up to date. Look for any discrepancies or unfamiliar accounts. If you find any errors, don't panic. You can dispute them with the credit bureau. Correcting these errors can significantly improve your credit score. And if your credit score isn't where you want it to be, don't worry. There are definitely things you can do to improve it. It might take some time, but it's worth the effort. Start by paying your bills on time, every time. Consistent on-time payments are one of the best ways to boost your credit score. Also, try to pay down your credit card balances as much as possible. Lowering your credit utilization ratio can have a positive impact on your score. Remember, a little credit TLC goes a long way. Taking these steps can help you achieve a healthier credit score and bring you closer to your dream home. Alright, mistake number 6 is a big one too. Only speaking to one mortgage lender. It's easy to think that all mortgage lenders are created equal, but that's not always the case. Just like you would shop around for the best deal on a car or a new dress, you should absolutely shop around for the best mortgage rates and terms. Different lenders have different lending criteria and might offer different interest rates, loan programs, or fees. By getting quotes from multiple lenders, you can compare their offers side by side and see which one is the best fit for you. A little bit of effort here can save you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. Now that's what I'm talking about. Now let's talk about mistake number 7, ignoring first-time homebuyer assistance programs. These programs are like hidden gems, folks, and they're designed to help make the dream of homeownership a reality for more people, especially first-time buyers. We're talking about things like down payment assistance programs, which can help you with that upfront cost of a down payment, or closing cost assistance programs, which can help cover those pesky closing costs we talked about earlier. The best part? These programs are available at the federal, state, and local levels, so do your research and see which ones you might be eligible for. There's literally free money out there, y'all. Don't leave it on the table. Alright, let's clear up some confusion with mistake number 8, not knowing the difference between pre-qualification and pre-approval. These terms often get used interchangeably, but they're actually 2 very different things. Pre-qualification is like a quick checkup, kind of like dipping your toes in the water. It's a preliminary assessment from a lender that gives you a general idea of how much you might be able to borrow. Pre-approval, on the other hand, is the real deal. It's like getting a gold star from a lender. It means they've reviewed your financial situation in detail and given you a conditional commitment in writing for a specific loan amount. This shows sellers that you're a serious buyer and that you have the financing in place, which can give you a competitive edge in a hot market. So my advice? Don't just get pre-qualified, go for the pre-approval. This leads us to mistake number 9, not starting the approval process early. Listen, I know paperwork isn't the most exciting part of the home buying process, but trust me, the sooner you start, the better. Getting pre-approved for a mortgage can take some time, sometimes several weeks or even longer, especially if you're self-employed or have a complicated financial situation. You want to give yourself plenty of time to gather all the necessary documents and work with your lender to address any potential issues that might pop up. So, don't procrastinate. Get a head start and get that pre-approval process rolling as soon as you can. And finally, mistake number 10, looking at only one mortgage rate quote. Just like you wouldn't buy the first car you see without comparing prices, don't settle for the first mortgage rate quote you receive. It's so important to shop around and get quotes from multiple lenders to make sure you're getting the best possible deal. Mortgage rates can fluctuate from lender to lender even on the same day, so it pays to do your homework. By gathering multiple quotes, you can compare interest rates, closing costs, and other loan terms side by side. This will give you a clear picture of what's out there and help you make an informed decision. So, take your time, do your research, and don't be afraid to negotiate for the best possible rate. Well, there you have it, folks, my top 10 mistakes to avoid when buying your first home. I know it can seem overwhelming at times, but trust me, with a little planning and preparation, you can navigate the process with confidence. Buying a home is a huge accomplishment, and it should be an exciting and rewarding experience. By avoiding these common mistakes, you can make your home buying journey smoother and more enjoyable. Thanks for watching, y'all, and happy house hunting.